Hi folks, Roger Frieda here with Great Life Sports. Recently I had an opportunity to sit down with Wes Adamson of Stik N Shoot Magnetic Light Company, and this is what he had to say.
Well, me and a buddy of mine that we've been hunting together for about 30 years, and we've come up with all kinds of different ideas over that time. And one night we've been hunting, came back in, and he said, "You know, we need a magnetic light." I said, "Well, surely to God there's one out there." So, well, anyway, 3 months of patent searches, and down the line later we discovered that there really wasn't. And so anyway, then we went through all of the design and provisional processes of patent searches and moved forward with it from there. The magnetics on it are these rare earth neodymium magnets, and there's 4 N42 magnets on there. Those 4 pull 108 pounds of pressure, and so anyway, it doesn't matter what you stick it on, it's going to stay. We've shot it off of just about every large gun we can get our hands on, from the Texas National Guard shooting it off their M249s. We've shot it off a 410 Elephant gun, 300s, 338s, you name it, we've shot it off of it.
So it sticks like glue.
It does stick like glue, yes sir, it does. When I went after the lighting aspect of it, I wanted to take all of the things that upset me about the lights that I had had in the past. One of them was eliminating the 123 lithium batteries, because I can't tell you how many times I've had them go out on me at the wrong time and leave you flat-footed in the woods and to find your way out. But anyway, we went with the Cree technology because it did operate off of 3 AAA batteries, and longevity of them is much greater than the 123 lithium. And also, they're very inexpensive to use. You can stop at the local convenience store and buy those. You don't have to go online and pay $7 a piece for them. But anyway, when we designed the light, we went to 3 different lighting companies, and finally we landed on one that would work with us and do what we asked them to do. And the whole purpose that I wanted was to be able to take and redirect our halo beam back into our bullseye. So you had a double concentration of light at a single focal point. And we minimized the halo beam to the maximum amount that was available to do. And so we created just a tight tactical beam. Now we went with green. I mean, we've hunted with every color light out there before. And what I've always seen, especially in the hog hunting, is that, of course, the white light, they're gone like that. A red light, they seem to notice something's there, and they become uneasy, and they maybe move off. They don't run usually, but they'll move off on you. And then with the green lights, they just don't see them. They're just blind to them. And so anyway, we decided that was the route to go. Instead of trying to come up with every color to please everybody, we decided we would stick with the green because it seemed to do the best job for us. What we've done is it's the same 3-inch model, the one I spoke of a minute ago that pulls 108 pounds of pressure, is the same light that we use on our crossbow. What I've done is that I've created a crossbow extension, because basically this gives you the metallic mount for the Stik N Shoot to stick to, and it works on most of your crossbows out there. There's a couple of them that have been redesigned lately that have moved the screws to the bottom of the crossbow, where everybody else in the market, they've got a 5/16, 18 thread screw in the front of it. And this is what we did, is we replaced that screw with our extension, and then this way it gives you the metallic prop for your Stik N Shoot. Did the same thing on the bow. On all of your bows, on your riser there, you have a 5/16 24 fine thread screw. That's standard on all of them. And with that one, what I did was screwed in one end, we drilled it out, re-threaded it on the other end so you can still screw your stabilizer onto it, but then this gives you your metallic perch for it. Now what we have done also is we've created a second model, and it's only half the size. It's 1.5 inches. The block is 1.5 inches long, but it has 2 N52 magnets on it, which are the strongest magnets made. and those two pull 74 pounds of pressure. But it also, that unit right there only weighs 11.3 ounces, where our 3-inch model weighs 14.8 ounces. But we have some people that will go ahead and buy the larger model, then that way they can use it on their bow and their gun. But
will it also work on pistols?
it will work on pistols. On revolvers, it works real good. You're going to run into problems with, some of your semi-automatics because they either don't have a level surface on the bottom of the gun, or like Glocks and Kimbers, they're primarily polymer.
Right.
And of course, have a hard time making a magnet stick to that plastic. Well, our customer feedback has really been excellent, and the way that I really judge that is by how many people send their friends to us. But we've only had them out since January of 2012, and during this year that we've had them out, I'm happy to say we've yet to have one returned. Everybody seems very pleased with them, and it's funny because it's like, well, just had a sale yesterday out of California, and the guy had seen it here in Texas. So anyway, but no, everybody seems to be very pleased with them. The ones that I do talk to, I've had multiple customers come back and they bought one and then turn around and come back to about 2 or 3. Had a guy on the way to Kansas the other day going deer hunting. He bought one at the Longview show, stopped there, and they bought 3 more from me as they went through. So anyway, everybody's very pleased with the product and the way it's been designed. Yeah, if you want to drag it up and down that barrel, it'd scar it. The thing is that once you learn how to handle the product, you break it. It's just like with any magnet, you break it loose right there, stick it right back on. You're not going to have any marring. Now we do also what we do for precautionary measures there, and somebody does have a fine firearm and they're worried about that happening to it. We provide a piece of moleskin, same size as the magnets, that they can put on the magnets themselves and then attach it to their gun. But like I say, once you learn how to handle it, which isn't difficult to do, you can just take it right off, and without any damage to your barrel. For example, here at these shows, we run them for 4 solid hours before we change the batteries out. And of course, they're going to run over 10 hours, but your peak intensity is going to be in that first 4 hours. I've had the question multiple times about how does it affect the ballistics of the gun, by the bullet passing by a magnetic spot in your barrel.
Right.
And, we had the Cedar Hill Police Department, a buddy of mine's brother-in-law's sniper for him, and he field trialed it. And he said at 100 yards the best that he could figure, we were about 100,000ths off. And I said, well, I moved more than that.
Exactly.
And this is something else that I think is a very positive aspect of our product here is that, with the NDs and all of these other lights out there, well, they're mounting to the scope of your gun.
Right.
Now, something happens to that scope and you send it back to that manufacturer, and then they see where it's had something clamped onto
just
the...
voided the warranty, didn't it?
Yes, sir. They just voided their warranty. Well, what we've done is we do have a white light model, and we've created it for home protection, and which works very good as far as that goes. That's a 208 lumen light. But we didn't custom design that light. Our lighting manufacturer provides us that light that they make. So it's got a broader halo beam, but a very intense light. And we have a lot of our golf course superintendents and bow fishermen that buy our white light, because the white light is definitely better for bow fishing as far as penetrating the water and being able to see those fish. Well, the way that I always describe it to people is this. You stood out on my farm to Market Road at night, and our closest highway sign's like 355 yards according to my rangefinder, and with the white light, your bullseye beam's going to light up the highway, and your halo beam's going to light up the bar ditches. With our green light that we custom designed here, all you're going to get is the highway. That's how much tighter that the beam is. But and both of them shine well past that sign out there. So
And you talk about the distance in yardage terms. What do you think?
Well, I know that I've scanned pastures that have been, 300 and 400 yards out and been able to pick up eyes, at that distance with them. And so, it just depends upon the conditions that you're in. If you're in a tight wooded condition where you've got a lot of reflection of light, so much of the inability of us to be able to see a long distance is because of the reflective nature of our own eyes. And when you've got light bouncing off a lot of trees, you're not going to see near as far as you are if you're standing out in an open field and shining across to a wood line out there. It's like I tell everybody, you're not going to have any problems seeing the whole body of an animal at 150, 200 yards out there. When you get past 200 yards out there at night, you're picking up eyes at that point in time. Even on the bottom of the barrel sitting out in front of it, it'll light a scope up just like it's daytime. Just bright green.